Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some amazing makeup products for people with dry skin. As we're approaching winter months, and if you have very dry skin and you're like, okay, what are the products that I should look out for? These are some options you can try out. Of course, there are a vast variety of products you can try out. I can keep recommending time and time again. Some of the products I can make a long list, but the video would get extensively long. So anyways, let's get started. So first up, skin prep is super important if you have any skin type, irrespective of if you're someone with very dry skin or normal skin type. Now I have been loving this particular moisturizer. This one's the CeraVe moisturizing cream for dry to very dry skin. This I got the bigger variant. Okay, this one is the 454 gram tub, and I got this for 1,800 rupees. This one retails, this one you can get it on Apollo Pharmacy, and they have different sizes, but I just thought anyways I'm going to be using this one, so let's just get the bigger tub. And this one is a amazing moisturizer. I've been using this one so much and still I haven't run out of it. You get a lot of product. It's a very thick, nice, balmy moisturizer where, if you have very dry skin, or if you're someone who has very sensitive skin and you just want something that can lock in that moisture, hydrate your skin, and also you can use this moisturizer with your other skincare products. And if you're trying out retinol or something like that, I feel like this is a really good moisturizer for that. I even use this on my body. It tackles the dry skin situation like nothing else, and it is fragrance free as well, so you can definitely try that out. And if you wanted to be a little bit fancy and you wanted to invest in this one is a Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Cream. I got the 50 ml one in this one when this was for a discount, and this is a very luxurious product. This is a very pricey product. This is what the tub looks like. It's a very again thick moisturizer, but it's not fragrance free, and it is so beautiful. Okay, this one doesn't have, the CeraVe one doesn't add that luminosity to your face. It doesn't add that glowy dewy finish, but this does add it. And if you're someone with sensitive skin and you're sensitive to fragrance, I think you should stay away from this. It is quite thick. Again, I'm not sure if you would like it if you have oily skin, but if you have dry skin, and especially if you're all into skin prep before makeup, you should definitely try this out if you have the budget, and if you can try out the travel variant of this one. Always thought that it was a little bit of a hyped product, but when I tried it out, I loved it. Love that particular product. So once I'm done with my skin prep, I use this product which I have been loving of late, and I feel like these lip oils are all the rage right now. This one is the Keto Lip and Cheek Oil. This has rosehip oil, moringa oil, and avocado oil. So now Keto is a brand that has a lot of skincare ingredients in their makeup products, and if any other brand tells this, I'll be like, okay, but Keto, it's definitely like that because it feels so good on the lips. This one is a pH adaptive lip oil, which means that it would give you a customized color adapting to the pH level of your skin and your lips. It gives you this beautiful tint, and it's a pretty pigmented pink tint on my lips, and it's a very nourishing lip oil. So if you're someone who suffers from very dry lips, very dry and chapped lips, you should definitely try this out. And sometimes I feel like lip balms don't work out, the usual lip balms, but this one is so good. It just takes care of that dryness, that chappedness, and it just instantly nourishes and hydrates your lip. The applicator, I first of all love the packaging, love the applicator. Nice and big doe foot applicator. It goes on really nice and smooth. I feel like on the lips, again, the stain is so pigmented. Once I took it off as well, you can see that there's an intense stain. I love that, especially for day-to-day usage. And also this is something you can use on your cheek as well, and again it will adapt to the pH level of your skin and give you a customized color according to the brand. So it gives you this beautiful pink, rosy pink cheek, and it also is extremely dewy as well. So if you're someone who is all in for that dewy finish where you don't really even have to use a highlighter, you can substitute your highlighter with this particular product. It just looks so good. It's not feeling very sticky, not very greasy, and it's not tacky as well. And over time it does settle down. It doesn't look as dewy. So if you're someone with oily skin, or if you're someone with normal skin worrying that it would look extremely oily because it is a lip oil, it doesn't look like that. It's what I have on my cheek right now. I absolutely love the finish of this one. Of course, you can use this one on its own, or you can use this top off with other products as well. If you have a lipstick or a lip stain or something and you want to top it off just for an additional plumpy juicy effect, you can still do that. Same thing with your cheeks as well, and it's very blendable. Like you can blend this one on your cheek with just your fingers. That's how I used it today as well, and I really like that. Next, let's talk about primer. The first one, of course, the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Primer. If you have dry skin, normal skin, you should definitely try this out. It just instantly makes your skin feel really nice and hydrated and dewy. The makeup goes on so much more smoother on this one, and I also really like the e.l.f. Pore Gripping Primer. So that one has a little bit of like a tacky, sticky texture. Not extremely sticky, but it does have a little bit of stickiness to it. It does feel a little dewy on the skin, as well as like it adheres the makeup on really well. Like the makeup adheres onto this one really well. It has a tacky finish. It's not like, you know, the makeup goes on differently, or it like, you know, splits, or it skips when you apply this particular primer. It just goes on really well. It's what I have on this side of my face. I really like how the foundation went on top of this one. And then of course, if you wanted to add a little bit additional glow, you can use something like the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, which is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one. This adds a beautiful glow. It's very finely milled shimmer particle. It does add a little bit of tint on your skin as well, like for your no makeup days, but it's not like super pigmented. It's not like a foundation. Now for foundation, I have something that I don't think I have a similar product even in the high-end range or the affordable range. This one is the Keto Daily Dewy Serum Foundation. Now initially there were just 4 shades in this particular foundation, so if you were someone who was super bummed with that and you're like, okay, I couldn't try this out because I couldn't find my shade match, there's a good news. There's been a shade expansion, and I'm pretty sure you can find a shade for yourself and different undertones as well. I have this one in the shade 03 Almond Beige, which is a little bit like warm and orange for my skin tone. I am not sure what other shade would match me perfectly, but this is a pretty good match. Like it blends out pretty well, and this one has a slightly thicker consistency, but on the skin it adds a nice subtle dewy finish. It's not too matte, not too dewy, and also it gives you pretty decent coverage. Like one pump of this one would just give you like light to light medium coverage, and if you take a little bit more, you would get a good medium coverage, and it just looks seamless and HD on the skin. I feel like it just looks almost flawless, irrespective of your skin texture and irrespective of your skin type as well. And it's not like making my face look extremely oily, dewy, and it's not also like making it very dry. So I absolutely love it. It blends seamlessly. If you're someone who uses foundation on a daily basis, you can just blend this out with your fingers as well, and you'd be good to go. But I am someone who prefers a brush any day over just my fingers, because I feel like it's a lot more easier for me that way. And like I mentioned, I haven't found anything in the high-end or affordable range that is like this, because either you can find it in a BB cream that could be probably a slightly little bit more thicker and also can cling on to your skin's texture a little differently because it's a little bit thick, or you'd probably get a little more coverage as well. And it could turn out to be a little bit dry sometimes. And in the high-end range, I feel like I have foundations that are pretty much like high coverage and they look good, they're seamless and all of that, but like day-to-day foundation, I really like this one. I've been enjoying using this, and I highly recommend this for people with all skin types, and particularly people with normal to dry skin. You would love this product. And then moving on to concealers, I have a couple of concealers I have to talk to you guys about. The first one is the Clinique Even Better concealer. This is a really nice everyday concealer. It has light sort of a medium coverage, and it can tend to fade away a little bit sooner for me, especially from the inner corner of my eye, but I don't really mind it. It's not a very drying concealer. It's something that works out really well for everyday use, and especially if you have very dry under eye area, this is a good concealer to consider. And of course, my NYX Do Me Up Serum Concealer. There is no substitute for this concealer in my opinion. It has that nice dewy finish. It doesn't cling on to the under eye area, doesn't settle onto the lines. It's also quite long lasting. I don't really even have to set it, and I could set it and it would still look really good. So this is a really nice concealer again to try out. And then to set it, I find that the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder is one of my tried and true. It's my trustworthy product, okay? Even if you have dry skin, I think you would really like it because it doesn't have that very matte finish, and it's not something that sucks out the moisture from your under eye area or all over your face. It adds a little bit of a sheen as well, and it's the most finely milled loose powder. I have this one in the shade Banana, and this is one that I reach out for. This is a really good setting powder and can like just set your base makeup really well all over your face, irrespective of your skin type. And then if you wanted a good finishing powder, of course you can try out the Pat McGrath powder. You can find this on discount most of the times on Nykaa, and this is a really nice finishing powder. It has that nice soft sheen to it, and you can use it to set your makeup all over and, like, you know, just like a finishing touch to your makeup. And then, oh, another product I forgot to talk about. This one is a recent discovery. This one is the Aqualogica Illuminate Strobe Cream. This one is in the golden variant, and I feel like this is so similar to the MAC Strobe Cream. So if you're looking for something that is similar of an affordable price point, like $5.99, of course you can find this on discount so many places and all the time. You can try this out. It has the most subtle sheen. It has that hydrating effect as well. It's not something that's too dry and just shimmer, you know. It has that moisturization factor to it, and it's just made very well, like blended really well. Sometimes I feel like I find strobe creams to be very dry with just shimmer particles. This is not like that. It is a little bit thicker than your MAC strobe cream, but a very comparable dupe in my opinion. And then for blush, of course, you can try out the Kiro lip oil, which works out really well as a blush, as a lip oil, and you can also top it off with your blush. But if you wanted a really nice dewy blush, you can definitely try out the Insight blusher. This one is in the shade Dusty Rose. I used to talk about this so much back in the day, and I just stopped because I was sounding like a broken record. But this also has a really nice dewy finish on the skin, has really nice color. This one is in the shade Dusty Rose, which is a little bit like a mauve nude shade. It's really nice and pigmented. Not the most long wearing blush, but it's really affordable as well, and I love the formulation of this. This one is a little bit dewy, so if you are a matte blush kind of a person, you wouldn't really like this. And then for contour, of course, this Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Bronze, and this one is in the shade Dark to Deep. Now, I don't really like the packaging of this, okay? So it's like all bloated and swollen, and it's like, you know, very gassy kind of a product. So you have to squeeze it out, and then it just like, the product just comes out and could create a mess, but it gives you the most subtle contour, natural looking contour, very easy to blend, very seamless, and you don't really spend a lot of time just blending this product. Definitely try this out. And then now talking about, I think I covered pretty much everything in terms of like the face. Now highlighter, you can try out the Insight highlighter that comes in this packaging, but a lot of people don't like that as well. They find it to be very shimmery, but it is one of the most like beautiful wet dewy looking highlighter. You can try out the Nykaa Strobe and Glow liquid highlighter, my tried and true, something I always use. And then for lip products, of course, the Kiro liquid lipsticks, I feel like they are quite hydrating, especially for liquid lipstick formulation that is of this intense color payoff, pigmentation, really good. It's what I have on my lips, topped off with something else, which I do so much these days. I topped it off with the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lip color. It's because when I'm talking so much, most liquid lipsticks do form a line for me. It doesn't happen with the Kiro liquid lipstick, but I just like to top this one off for that powdery velvet finish, and I feel like this is a good combination. This one on its own is not pigmented enough for my liking, so I always top it off with other shades, and that's what I've been loving doing. So it's not transfer proof. It can get onto your teeth sometimes, so I have to always check my teeth, and it also does transfer quite a bit. But if you're looking for like a transfer proof liquid lipstick, then the Kiro one is a must. And for lip stain, I have the LA Girl Glossy Lip Stain. I have been loving this. It's so hydrating, and it gives you a really nice intense stain that lasts pretty much up until the next day, and it feels hydrating on the lips. It's not something that sucks out the moisture from my lips, but it's also quite pigmented for my pigmented lips, so I really like this one. And for a lipstick formulation, now a subscriber of mine was asking, like, you know, she has really dry flaky lips, and whatever lipstick she uses just aggravates the situation. And she was like, okay, recommend a good lipstick for me to use on a day-to-day basis, something that doesn't like worsen my lip condition. So I recommended the Kiro Bullet lipsticks. This one is the Lush Moist Matte lipstick range, and she was like, okay, there's no going back from these lipsticks, and I don't even want to try out anything else because I'm scared, and these have been working out really well. So that is a good thing to know, especially if you have very dry lips and you wanted a lipstick that, you know, doesn't dry your lips out but also is extremely long wearing. You should try this out. This is an amazing formulation. It's like magic, okay? It goes on like your creamy matte lipsticks. It's not something that is settling completely matte, but also it doesn't transfer too much, and it's also quite long wearing, but it also doesn't dry your lips out. So the formulation of this one is amazing. They've nailed it with this. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to talk to you guys about. I know a lot of you guys would be like, okay, where's a good setting spray recommendation? I have quite a few, but the one that I always reach out for is my PAC Micro Finish Makeup Fixer. I feel like it's my ride or die right now, so I'm not even going to talk about any makeup fixing spray. But the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray, the one that comes in that small bottle, which I've emptied completely, is an amazing setting spray for people with dry skin. It adds a little bit of dewiness. It also locks in your makeup up really well, takes off any of that powderiness. Really good option. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.